Good evening, Brian. It's Monday. The internet is a pretty cool place. Over the course of my life, it's progressed from being a pretty neat thing that had some cool features, but that wasn't really present in everyday life, to the ubiquitous network that it is today. And I suspect this is even more true for you, given that we're 6 years apart. I spend a lot of time directly on the internet, and even more of the indirect aspects of my life require that the internet be functioning in the background for those things to work. Rather than getting most of my video entertainment from cable or satellite television, I watch mostly things on Netflix or YouTube. When I get in my car, I'm not listening to the radio for news and music, I'm listening to podcasts. I have my phone on me constantly and check my phone more often than I'd like to admit. There are serious problems with how we interact with the internet, which I'll go into further in a later vlog, but there are a lot of ways in which the internet is making us better. One of those ways is that we are more connected to people now than ever before. Gone are the days where your friends and classmates from school fade into obscurity, save for a few friends you made a point to keep up with after graduation. Now, I'm Facebook friends with a large portion of the people I went to school with. I don't actively interact with many of them daily, but I see the things they share about their lives. People who might have just become people I used to know, frozen as their incomplete high school selves, are now people who I get to see become adults. I get to see the kinds of people they become, and I get to see their worldviews and outlooks they've started to adopt, and oftentimes these are slightly or significantly different than my own. Seeing who all of these people I went to school with have become, I feel has helped me make my own perspective on things more well-rounded. Plus, it's easier now to reach out and reconnect with people and keep relationships from fizzling out and disappearing. Seeing all the important events in friends' lives help me feel like I still know who they are and what's going on with their lives. And when we do finally get in touch with each other and hang out, we're easier to able to jump back into each other's lives than if we'd heard nothing in the months since the last time we saw each other. Being more connected to people is also important when it comes to family members. As you know, most of our family doesn't live here in North Carolina, but because of the internet, I'm able to see what's going on in their lives. While I don't see family nearly as often as I'd like to, I feel like I'm much more aware of, if not involved in, the lives of distant family members than I did years ago when none of us were on social media. I wasn't there for our niece's birthday party a few months ago, for example, but I saw pictures of her party and I can see how much she's grown since the last time I did see her. As far away as everyone is, they all feel closer than they would if the only way to contact them were by phone or letter. We are also now not only more connected to people we have relationships with, but also to all other people and their shared accomplishments and knowledge. Virtually the answer to any simple question I encounter on a daily basis is something I can answer immediately with a quick Google search. Obviously, this is often used for other frivolous things, like seeing an actor on TV and wondering what else they've been in, but it's also helpful for actually understanding things better. And even more than just satisfying curiosity, having access to all of the combined knowledge that we do on the internet is a pretty big deal. On the whole, the knowledge of any one person is built upon all of the collective knowledge of lots and lots and lots of people before them. If this weren't the case, we'd all be refiguring out the same things that everyone else had already figured out before. But instead, we're able to document and preserve knowledge and condense all of that learning and build on it. Every generation of humans is able to know objectively more than the generations before them because we can take all of their knowledge and use it as a starting point. Before the internet, though, we were pretty limited in that we could only base things on the relatively limited amount of information in the books and teachers locally available to us. But now, virtually all of the knowledge of humanity is a jumping off point for any of us, and this is literally an unprecedented amount of access to knowledge. I listen to lots and lots of podcasts, as you know, Brian, and I'm able to not only listen to really fun things like video games and technology, but also listen to really smart people talk about things like astrophysics and history and social justice and storytelling, and I get to hear all of those same smart people also interview other smart people, and I'm exposed to their expertise and worldview, which is things that I would likely not encounter on my own, and I get to take their knowledge and their learning and incorporate it into my own life and my own perspective, which is really, really cool. I've got a lot more to say on how the internet is making us better, but I'm running out of time, so that's going to have to wait till Wednesday. In the meantime, what are some of the ways that you think the internet has made us more connected to people we know, Brian? Are there friends that you've only been able to keep in touch with because of the internet? I look forward to hearing about it in your video tomorrow, and as always, I hope you have a good night.